Hello, my name is Aidan Brown, and today I will be talking about my project of making a job site management application for small construction and excavation firms. I'll start off by saying a little bit more about my idea for the application and its background, then I'll get into the specifics a little bit more, such as when I want certain parts of the app to be done, what my progress is as of now, and where I hope to be in the next coming months. Alright, so as I said before, my idea for the application is going to be a job site management application, and it will be coded in Java as a desktop application. I'll tell you why I chose Java in a minute, but first let me tell you what this project was based off of. My dad, Patrick Brown, has been a grading foreman for 22 years and has been in the construction industry for 39 years. Currently, he takes in information gathered at job sites by writing it all down on a daily street report. He then later adds all of this written information to a program. After thinking about this process a little bit, my mind focused on more of the smaller firms and what they must do to record this info. Would they strictly have all of this as a street report or job site information on paper, or would they record the info at all? These were the problems I was going to address with this. How do I make this a cost-effective job site management program? I thought of a couple ways to approach this problem, but in the end I chose to code the program in Java and make it available to use on a Raspberry Pi. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Raspberry Pis, they are low-cost computers that are, well, about the size of the palm of your hand. I got one for about $35, and you can power it through a standard phone charger, which can give it some good mobility. I mean, you can plug it into a wall, you can plug it into your car or truck, pretty much anything. They do not come with monitors, keyboards, or other hardware, but there are plenty of cheap options one can get for it. I had a spare wireless keyboard and mouse that I connected to it through USB. Right now for the project I just run an HDMI cable from it to my TV to use it, but I found like a couple monitors online for around $50. They have plenty of options and they're very fun to work with. Some of you might be wondering, well, why didn't I just make an Android app? Well, that's the beauty of coding it in Java right now. Since Android uses Java, I could build off the program I'm making, add some components to it, and maybe make it an Android app one day. As far as what the application will do, I focused it onto gathering and calculating information for specific jobs, basic employee information, and their work hours for each job, equipment information, material information, and third-party info such as trucking employee hours and materials they bring to job sites. To give you a little background on the project, since my dad has been in the construction industry for so long and has friends in the industry, I've always been around this type of environment. Since my dad was passionate about it, naturally I took an interest to it as well. When I started thinking of ideas for what I wanted to make for my senior capstone project, it didn't take long for me to think of something related to construction. And ever since then I've kept rolling with the idea, and now I have a pretty good idea and goal for what I want to create. But in the end, I'm not just doing this simply for kicks. I want to be able to show this to possible employers. It should be something that can display what I've learned at UWRF and, maybe make a difference for a construction or excavation firm. Okay, right now I have already completed a use case analysis as well as requirements. This, combined with the help of Dr. Varghese, has led me to making a mock-up of the graphical user interface framework for the application. After having Dr. Varghese look at it and give me a few pointers, I switched around a few things and I'm on track to complete the next step, which is to create the framework. After doing that, I have a goal to add functionality to this framework and have a runnable prototype by April 6th. Once that's complete, I will begin testing by creating JUnit tests for all of the functionality of the program and having all of that done by April 22nd. This is one of the use case diagrams for the program. The only actor within the entire system will be the user. I want them to be able to lock and unlock the main page and they will have a password that they can enter to get in. They must be able to add and delete jobs from a list, as well as employees, equipment, materials, and trucking employees. Now this main page is only for what I have just listed, and I also have an option for the user to edit the information entered through an edit page. First, the user will select a job to be displayed, and then when they click a button, they will be brought to the edit page. Now this is the use case diagram for the edit page. At first, the user will be able to edit the job information, such as the job name and job number, but when the user selects a specific component to edit from a drop-down list, they can edit that component's info. The available options will be to edit a truck's tank info. This will be for if the job site manager drives a fuel truck to deliver fuel to equipment. There will be a notes section for each job for any specific information a job site manager might want to enter for the week. For the components I listed earlier, there will be lists of them for each job, as well as other info to edit. Once a component is added to its corresponding list, it will be made available to select and have its information editable. For truck employees, there are hours, which is also available to equipment and employee components. And for equipment, there can be fuel usage to add, and for materials, there's basic info such as its name, cost, or maybe a corresponding material number. Alright, finally, as I stated earlier, I have made progress on the project, such as buying the Raspberry Pi and getting it up and running. I have made final revisions to the mock-up GUI, or graphical user interface, and have made a few changes to it, more so on the edit page and getting things more organized for the user. I've been reviewing the Java language and have set up the program so I can begin adding classes. I look forward to making more progress on it, and what can I say, I'm extremely excited to see the end product. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks.